If you've ever tried to make sphere ice at home, you know the process. You fill the mold, wait overnight, and then half the time, the sphere breaks when you try to get it out. What if you could just press a button and then have cocktail spheres ready in about 30 minutes? Today, we're looking at a machine designed to do exactly that. Before we get into it, a quick disclosure. So Ecozy sent this machine over for review. They didn't pay for the video, and they don't get to approve anything before it goes live. So we're going to walk through what this machine does well and where it might not be perfect. Ice is one of the most overlooked parts of a home bar. But if you've ever had a cocktail at a really good bar, you'll notice something immediately. The ice is different. They have large cubes, the ice is clear, they may be spheres, and that's because better ice improves dilution control and presentation. This machine, the Ecozy Vaultico 1 Sphere Ice Maker, is designed specifically to solve that problem for home bartenders. So let's take a look at what it actually does. The Vaultico 1 is a countertop sphere ice maker designed to produce cocktail-sized ice spheres automatically. Instead of freezing water slowly in molds inside your freezer, the machine runs a refrigeration cycle that forms the spheres and drops them into an internal basket. Each ice-making cycle takes about 30 minutes. Now that depends on room temperature and your water temperature. After the freezing stage finishes, the machine enters a short ice harvesting stage. That takes about 3 minutes before it drops the sphere into the basket. For a home bar setup, that means you can have a steady supply of cocktail ice without planning a day ahead. The setup is pretty simple. Lift the lid and fill the internal water tank with clean drinking water up to the max fill line. Then close the lid, press the start button, and the control panel on the front will tell you exactly what the machine is doing. The indicator lights show when the machine is making ice, when it's harvesting ice, when it's low on water, or when the basket is full, so you always know the status without having to guess. One thing the manual recommends is using filtered or purified water. Now, that helps keep the spheres looking cleaner and prevents cloudiness from minerals in the water. And from a cocktail standpoint, it's really important too, because the water that becomes your ice ultimately ends up in the drink. So better water means better cocktails. Another feature I really like here is the self-cleaning cycle. So you activate it by holding the start button for a few seconds. The machine runs a cleaning cycle that takes about 6 minutes to flush out the system. For any appliance dealing with water, that is a really useful feature to have. Now let's actually put the machine to work in a cocktail. Instead of something spirit forward, I wanted to show it in the drink that people make all the time at home, an Aperol Spritz. We're going to change a little by building it in a Collins glass so that you can really see the ice. Start by adding 2 or 3 spheres from the machine. Right away, you can see how different these look compared to standard freezer cubes. They're larger, they're more uniform, and visually, they make the drink look much more polished. Now we build the spritz. Add 3 ounces of Prosecco, then 2 ounces of Aperol, top with about 1 ounce of soda water. You can give it a gentle stir or let it mix naturally like I did here. Add an orange slice garnish. What you end up with is a drink that looks fantastic. And because of the larger spheres, it stays colder and dilutes more slowly than if you're using the small freezer ice cubes. This is really where a machine like this shines. If you're entertaining or making drinks for friends, you can just grab a few spheres, build your drink, and you're done. No molds, no waiting overnight, just cocktail ice ready whenever you need it. Another situation where a machine like this really makes sense is for people who enjoy making cocktails on a regular basis. Instead of freezing molds or trays, you get consistent ice on demand. That means better presentation for drinks like an Aperol Spritz, Negronis, margaritas, whiskey cocktails, or really any drink served over large ice. It's a small detail that can make a drink feel much more polished. The biggest advantages here are the convenience and the consistency. You get automatic sphere ice. You don't have to prep molds. The controls are simple, and the self-cleaning function is a really nice feature. The biggest trade-off is going to be counter space. The machine is roughly 13 inches tall and about 14 inches deep, so you want to make sure you have room for it on your counter. Now, that said, this is one of the most compact ice makers you can currently get. So if your space is at a premium and you still want an ice machine to add to your home bar setup, this would definitely be a top contender. And like any ice maker, you'll want to run the cleaning cycle occasionally to keep everything fresh. If you enjoy making cocktails at home, ice is one of the easiest ways to elevate your drinks. The Vaultico 1 basically removes the hassle of making sphere ice. You press a button and the machine handles the rest. And for a home bar setup, that convenience can make a real difference. Better ice makes better cocktails, and better cocktails make better nights. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you next time. Cheers, y'all.
When the glass runs low and the night runs deep, we're still pouring truth we don't gotta keep. From the burn to the buzz to the